Hello, everybody. This is Ryan Roy from Just Fire, Just Do It Coaching, and I just got off a coaching call with someone who um, I've been coaching for some time. Excuse me, and that particular person had to leave the country um, for some time, and it's been about 2 months since we've done some coaching. However, he's been back for about 3 weeks and just hasn't gotten back into the coaching. Today, he self admitted that he thought he would try to do it himself. Well, here's the thing, why go about it yourself if you don't have to? He admitted that his production and his accountability to himself is much lower in the last couple weeks. He thought that he would be able to do it. He recognized his production going down week by week and said he does realize that he needs some accountability in his life other than to himself. And we all do. I have a coach, I coach, and I have a coach. Um, my coach coaches, and I coach him, and he coaches me. We, as humans, need accountability. We need someone to let us know from an outside perspective what they see. You know, when you're in a relationship and you are having hard times and you share with a friend, they give you advice. It's so easy without the emotions to see from the outside looking in. It's the same thing with your life in general in regards to your goals. It's so easy to not see where you're struggling or you're contradicting yourself or because you have no point of reference other than, oh, I'm going to do this, and then your actions are different than what you said you were going to do. But you don't sit there and grade yourself. You don't sit there on a daily basis say, oh, I'm going to go run today and I'm going to go to the bank and I'm going to make this phone call and these are all the things I want to get done. And then they don't get done and you don't sit there and go off your checklist every day and say, wow, I didn't get that done. Oh, I'll get it done tomorrow. I forgot to do that. It's no big deal. And it's not that big a deal until it becomes habit that you aren't getting things accomplished that you say you're going to get accomplished, and then you don't do the things that you want to do, and then your life ends up being something other than what you thought it was going to be because you didn't take all those steps necessary to achieve your goals. That's where the coaching comes in. Whenever you're falling off course, there's someone there to say, hey, get back on this horse. Hey, that's right, you had a bad day, but you know what? You also had a lot of good things happen within this day. Let's not rack it to a bad day. Let's just say, hey, we had some challenges, correct and continue. A coach is there to coach you. Michael Jordan had Phil Jackson. Tiger Woods has multiple coaches. Why? They're the best in the world. LeBron James, now in basketball, has coaches. These people, not just so you know, LeBron James doesn't just have coaches on the basketball court. He has business coaches. He has life coaches. He has relationship coaches. He has the money. So he says, you know what? I want to be the best that I can be. And if you look at LeBron James at this point in his career and in his life, he is successful in every aspect of his life. But he's had coaching. He knew he didn't know everything. He took the time to develop. He's taken time to read. When he won his first championship, the thing that he said was different was that he was taking time to meditate. He was taking time to educate. He was taking time to read. He wasn't going home every day and watching SportsCenter and reading the newspaper and the blogs and all the negative things that people were saying about him. He was able to clear his mind. And because he was able to clear his mind, he was able to focus on what was important to him, which was winning a basketball championship. And now he's got two, and he's working on a third. But that's because he had people that gave him great advice, people who took time to point out where he didn't excel and allowed him to grow and work in those areas. And those things that he did excel at, they worked on those also so that he could continue to excel. Coaches are there, and we are here to help you succeed. And when you have coaching in your life, as long as you are listening and open to suggestion and open to a different point of view other than your own, you will succeed. But you got to have a coach. I actually shared with my client today that at one point I did the same thing. I got coaching at one point in my life, and probably some of the best months of my life. And then it's time to re-ante up. And I said, well, I'm on a roll here. Coach really hasn't done anything for me. I mean, I'm a warrior at this. I'm like getting through all my goals and my accomplishments and this and that and the other. And I soon found out if I didn't have anybody to be accountable to, I wasn't pushing through those. For me, my coaching calls on a weekly basis were a way for me, and this may sound weird, but it was a way for me to brag about everything that I had gotten accomplished. And I did all those things knowing that on Friday I had an accountability coach that was going to talk to me, and if I had nothing to say, then I didn't do my job. But if I could stick my chin up high and my chest out and tell them all the things that I got accomplished towards my goal, then I would feel amazing about myself, and I did. But as soon as I didn't have anybody to talk to, those things started falling to the wayside. Why? Because we all want acceptability. We all want to be patted on the back occasionally, even if it's yourself patting yourself on your back, which was in my case. My coach at one point asked me, that original coach, if I even needed coaching. And I said, yeah. I remember the conversation. I said, of course I do. You're the reason I'm actually doing all this. She goes, I'm not doing anything. You're doing it all. But I needed somebody there to have a sounding board. Um, there were times where I had questions, um, but I needed a sounding board. I needed somebody to know that I was out there doing. And that was what I needed one for. Now, it's kind of the same thing. Um, my coach knows what's going on. He is an amazing example as to what to do because I coach him also, and we just go back and forth. And it over the last 8 months of me working with him and him working with me, we have both had amazing, amazing success. And I attribute that to his dedication to himself, which makes me want to push myself harder. And I think if you were to talk to him, he would probably just say the same thing about me. We push each other. We're like partners in a gym. We're, that got to go work out. I don't want to work out today. Well, I'm working out today, so you got to go. When as a warrior, like we like to describe ourselves as, we act in spite of our mood. There are times I don't want to do this. There are times I don't want to make these videos. Have you?